Hello, my name is Jackie DiFerdinando, and I'm a sophomore here at Temple University. The first question is, tell me about yourself. Now, I'm not the typical business student. In fact, I'm not a business major at all. I'm actually a theater major with a minor in general business. I hope to go to Yale University to study arts administration in graduate school and one day manage my own theater company. Back in high school, I graduated 8th out of my class of about 400 with a GPA of 3.87. Now, my high GPA helped me to become part of my school's dual enrollment program, which allowed me to take college courses in addition to high school courses. My senior year of high school, I took AP and honors courses in high school and also balanced that with courses at Arcadia University and Manor College, which has helped me because I gained 22 credits to come into college, which is a very good business decision because starting in January, I'll be considered a junior here, which will help save me money and time in the long-term future. In high school, I also participated in many extracurricular activities in choir, band, and theater. In choir, I sang in the honors choir, the female a cappella group, and the show choir, where I was the alto section leader. In band, I performed in the wind ensemble, symphonic band, and marching band, where I was section leader of the tenor saxophone section. And in theater, I performed in the fall plays and the spring musicals, in addition to helping stage manage and run the stage crew, and one year even produce them. In addition, I volunteered my time at our local middle school helping to stage manage and student direct their shows. Now, coming into college, I graduated from being in the National Honor Society and the National Society of High School Scholars into having a 3.97 GPA here and being part of the National Society of Collegiate Scholars. I'm also a member of Temple University's theater fraternity Alpha Psi Omega, and I hope to continue doing that and helping with their future. One thing I've learned from being at Temple this year is how to manage my time efficiently. I've had to balance my theater courses with my business courses and gen ed requirements while simultaneously having rehearsals and performances at night. And that's truly helped me learn how to budget my time, which will be an effective skill that I will need for the rest of my life. Now also, just as a side note, I'll be performing in Temple's production of Top Girls in the spring semester, which will be opening in April, which is something I'm also going to have to manage, and is also a significant accomplishment for me. The second question is, tell me about a significant accomplishment in your life. For me, a significant business accomplishment in my life was making a profit by acting as student producer for Cheltenham High School's 2010 production of Sweeney Todd. Now, putting on a musical is a very expensive thing to do. You have to pay for the rights, sets, costumes, advertisements, all kinds of things. Now, Cheltenham High School had never made a profit on a musical before. Yes, we had sold tickets and advertisements, but it was never enough to recoup the losses from the musical as a whole. Now, my goal was to earn enough money that we would actually make a profit and have seed money for the next year. Now, I did this by utilizing a lot of different media outlets to gain attention and money in the process. First of all, I organized an ad drive where instead of sending people out door to door to ask for ads from their friends and neighbors, we organized having people go out to different business areas in the community and ask for advertisements from their businesses. Now, this helped us gain a lot of money, as well as asking people to put up ads and posters for our show. In addition, like in the Wall Street Journal article about Mattel, I wanted to become an innovative leader. So by doing that, I utilized social media, which has become a very big thing in our lives these days. I created Twitter accounts and Facebook accounts to advertise our show, and allowing people to invite people and promote the show who are all over the country, and all over the world even. And I also contacted many local and regional newspapers as well as radio outlets to allow us to interview our cast members and get us free advertisements in local newspapers. I also videotaped our rehearsals and interviews with cast members to put on our website so that people would gain more attention that way. Now, by doing this, we actually gained so much attention that we actually made a profit that year, which was a very good thing to do, but it was quite difficult because in our high school experience, boys don't really tend to like going to musicals because they see that as a girly thing to do. Now, just like in the Wall Street Journal article about Harley Davidson, I wanted to market the show as something that boys would like as well, which wasn't very hard because Sweeney Todd has a lot of blood and gore and death, which is something boys like. And by using all of these different advertising outlets, we actually made a profit that year and had seed money for the next year, and helped us helped the next year's show to become even bigger than it possibly could be. The third question is, tell me about something you learned in class. There are two areas we talked about in class that are truly going to help me in my future career, and these are leadership and communication. Now, on the leadership front, the two parts that really spoke to me were transformational leadership and servant leadership. As someone who wants to manage their own theater company, I'm going to need to use these leadership skills to help motivate my employees. Especially with servant leadership and transformational leadership, you need to focus on the singular employee and make things better for them. In the theater, there are many different people who have many different jobs who all need to coordinate and have things be right for them. Now, the skills learned in these two areas of leadership, I'm going to have to learn how to make things right for them so that everything runs smoothly for the show as a whole, and the theater company as a whole. In terms of communication, I'm going to need to learn how to communicate with all different kinds of people and learn the vocabulary that they all need, be it from actors to directors to stage managers to people who just work in the box office. I'm going to need to have to communicate effectively and efficiently with them and make sure that my values and visions are going to be communicated to the entire company and everyone involved on the whole. The success of any theater company relies on the coordination between all the different groups and areas involved in a theater company. The actors need to work with the directors and the musicians and the lighting designers, costume designers, business department, any area in the theater company you could think of. Now, my job as the leader of a theater company would be to facilitate all the communication and budgeting and time management between all of these different groups to put on the best possible show for our paying customers and hopefully make a profit for the theater company. As I learned in one of my theater courses, people who run the business end of theater don't normally have much theater experience. My hope in majoring in theater and minoring in business would be to bridge that gap between the two groups, so then I would be able to understand both the business end and the theater end and combine that to make more effective communication. Now, as I had learned in the Wall Street Journal article about Mattel, the CEO had come from a background at Kraft, which does cheese, and moved into a toy company. He had to learn how to combine those two areas to make an effective company in Mattel, and that is what I hope to do by bringing my theater knowledge and my business knowledge and running my own theater company.